What's up guys, Tony here from Geek Legion Games, and today I'm here to showcase you my version of Commandramon. I've been playing this a couple times now at the shop. Didn't like my original variant of it, and then play testing here with my buddy Rinaldi, and then honestly online with my other Discord that I keep personally, of course. And this deck is fire. Just beats on all the OTK decks that, like, obviously can one punch you, but with this deck, you just give them no breathing room. You're just slamming dinosaurs and you're just swinging face. So before we share my findings here, if you liked my previous videos or you sit through this one like Commandramon, be sure to give me that like, hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And without further ado, let's dive right on in. Alright, first up with our eggs, we're only running the Pagumon here. They're the only egg you need. I don't think you need to run a 5th egg, Missilemon, just to give the plus 1000. Basically, just on deletion, you reveal the top card of your deck, and if you hit a black Digimon, just put it in your hand. Otherwise, go to the bottom. 9 out of 10, you're going to hit a Digimon almost every single time. And it's going to be obviously one of your Commandramons, or Darkdramon, or Death X. This is the perfect egg. It's just, thins the deck out, getting some draws. Obviously, if you hit an option, it is what it is. But that would be it for egg. Let's get on to our rookies. Alright, for Commandramons, for all of our level 3s, we have the Blocker Commandramon, pre-cut and dry, 4+ blocker. We have our main Commandramon here, has an on-deletion effect, deal the top 3 cards, and you may play one Commandramon, run them to the battlefield for free. You're gonna, every time, you do have whiffs, but it is really not often. You're always gonna hit something. Memory choking Commandramon, 2 costs. I recommend just don't play, unless you have to draw a card and put it in raising, just hard play this and choke your opponent out. And then our last Commandramon is our 4 cost 5k one. That's our heavy beater. This is where if you want to play Missilemon as your 5th egg, if you really need it, but having 4 eggs with Pagumon, you're ending the game before you can get to that 4th egg, and if you are burning through all your eggs, then you're doing something wrong, and you're practically losing at this point. But Missilemon here, you can have on him 6k beater, can beat up on champions or trade, so that's that thought. Then for our non-D-Brigade cards, we have 2 Chumons here for the, obviously, memory choking, when they're playing their, Mem boosts, of course, or any of the Digimon that, can get up in memory, like Metalgaromon, and all that fun jazz. And then our last of our rookies, we have Hagurumon. Basically, you can trash any of these Commandramons just to fill your graveyard up with Darkdramon, or we have 2 level 4s that are machine types, and then just draw 2 cards, that's it. So yeah, that's our rookie lineup. We will go on to our level 4. Alright, we don't have a lot of level 4s here, because it's primarily level 3s. So to start out, we have Mechanorimon, the infinite blocker of all things, when this card got announced. This card is basically for the mirror match. If you are going against the mirror match, and because a lot of times they're playing Sealdramon, it's cute, but for a 4 cost, you could Digivolve if you want to, but it's for 3, which is, you might as well just play it for 4, unless you really need a draw. But other than that, it's whenever this Digimon deletes a Digimon, it survives unsuspended. So if you do play the mirror, and you have this, and there's no way to get around it, you just literally stall them out, and they can't do nothing. And then for our finishes, because sometimes we just need that extra oomph, we have Grumblemon. We just have 2. I had it at 1, and sometimes it's into security, and it's like, dang, I wish I had another one. So we bumped it up to 2. So this is basically our level 4s. There are no level 5s, so we'll jump into our level 6 and 7. Alright, so for our level 6s, obviously we are running the Darkdramon package. I did have this at 3, but for some reason, even for 3, I still barely saw it. So we upped it to 4, and now we see a lot of it. Which, having it in hand is fine. Just having 5 Commandramon go to the graveyard is pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Like, you can throw out like 2 guys on if you get passed over in the start of the turn. If you're on second, you can put a guy in raising and chuck 2 guys out, depending how much money they gave you. And then you just, that's your finisher. That's all it is. And then we have our Death X, because we can. It's a black deck. You can find it with Izzy, which we have in our Tamers. This guy comes up, and even though that, like, And even if in a mirror, you know, just go wide deck strategy here, and BT-10, this guy's going to get even better. Just play him. He's just really easy to do. You can Digivolve on him to 6 if it's like a do or die situation, or just, you know, you hard play it, but if you really need to, Digivolving is the way to go for 6, otherwise you're hefty cost. But I can talk about how broken Death X is all day. Let's get into our tamers. Alright, so this is why it's also, the title of this is going to be, this is Future Me, of course, if they're going to title this, for security, D-Brigade. We got Kazu here. Every card we put down on here is what's going to be one security for free to play. Kazu here is the start of our turn. If you have a sideboard machine, gain a memory. So having 3 of these out, gaining 3 memory is huge. And then all turns, so even if it's not on our turn, they suspend our Digimon, we can tap our said sideboards and or machines, and to draw a card, discard a card. So if you got Digimon in hand, you need a couple cards in the trash, like your D-Brigades, to fill up for next turn. You just slam down Digimon per game. That's what you can do with that. Then we have Izzy here. This is our memory tamer. Real top 3 cards, and spoiler alert, all of our cards are black. So we're always getting a memory off this if this hits off security. So even if they're at 0 and they hit this, we're just gonna it's gonna pass turn and it'll be our turn after that. And then we have our Izzy and Joe. Start of our turn. Sometimes your opponent will have 2 or more Digimon, and if it's the mirror, they're gonna have a hell of a lot of Digimon out there. You're gonna be gaining 2 memory. I've had a couple times where I have both these out, and it's like, shoot, I gotta try to kill my Digimon, otherwise this guy's getting more memory. And it has come. In the security, unless they hit one of our bomb options, you know, they're gonna have Digimon on the field, and we're just gonna roll away with memory. And if one of our guys dies, of course, we just draw a card. So this deck wants to just keep drawing all the cards. Alright, so we're about to get into our options and all the juicy stuff that comes out of security. Alright, to the fun part of the deck, the security, everything you can hit out of it. We have 4 ultimate flares here because Digivolving is huge. I think I said that a couple of videos ago, but this card right here is just a bomb. Trigger Digivolve 3 on one of your opponent's Digimon, so it's always nice when there's one big stack and that's all they got and you just trash it all away. And then delete all your, after that, after doing the Digivolution 3, any play cost rookies out there for 3 or less just get blown away. This can come up for D-Reaper if they're flooding the board with searchers, bubbles, what have yous. Boom. Also, too, if they get a little ballsy and they swing with their Reaper thinking they got game, this is the last check, if they're doing it that way, they hit Ultimate Flare, Reaper goes bye-bye, and all those searches don't even stay on the field. It's just gone. They can't survive like that. Well, obviously, because the end effect would just kill it. Up next, more spice. We have 4 Iron Fist Onslaughts, so we have 8 cards here that deal with all the big boy problems. Delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. So, God forbid, you know, they have 2 big Digimon out there that share the same thing. Just kill it. Also, too, you're going to have one of these in your hand, most opening hands. It doesn't feel bad, I promise you that. And if you do a couple swings and they build up whatever, you just play this past 8 and then you have to watch them build up again. It feels great while you're just sitting here throwing all your rookies and just beating face in. Then, if you're playing like hybrids, of course, you can throw this at them. We're running 2. We had 3. You could probably cut one of these for a third. That's, you know, perfect preference, but I find 2 to be really okay. It does come up in hand. It does show up in security, and it's fun in security when they think they got game for hybrid and this is the last check or whatever, and it's like, nope, I win next turn. And then finally we have our Black Men boost, because why not? We can play it. We do need some search sometimes and a little extra memory just to play one of these big spells. Basically, just about the weaknesses. This deck really sucks if you're going against any kind of red deck. It is very scary when they can just check your entire scary, so like Black War Greymon or just Red X Antibody. If they're, you know, delicate planning on the either Greymon, the War Greymon, or they just have the ADP in hand, it's like your security is just done for. It really is, and you just hope at that point there's nothing in there and you can just have any one of these in hand. Crimson Blaze really poops on this deck a lot, because we have a lot of rookies and they can just cast it for free, and you won't be able to get a Commandramon trigger at all because it just says no. So, and obviously the strengths, if you're playing against someone slow like Massimon, this card shuts them down. You just as much as you can do, because I'm stuttering here, play all the Commandramons you can get, just play everything and you'll be fine. Even though you're passing a little bit more memory, you should. If If you're flooding the board, you're doing it right. If you're not, you're going to lose. That's it. But that is basically all 50 cards of the deck. Like I said before, if you like the video so far, subscribe. If you haven't yet, hit the bell for notifications. Next up profile I'm going to do is a red-yellow control list. I actually played that today before recording this, and I had a lot of fun with that, so that's going to be next video. And also, if you guys have input too, show it in the comments below. I do read them. I do take everything into consideration, and I could keep talking all day. So don't forget to keep geek on, and we'll see you guys next time.